and welcome to Totally Doctor Who. We have got a great show for you today. Right, the guests are all here, so let's get cracking. Hello, gang.
Hey, Liz.
Are you good?
Just showing everyone a couple of moves for later on.
Yep, I can see that. There will be a stunt masterclass with fight coordinator Kevin. Good to see you.
And you.
Looking forward to that. Absolutely. Now, our very special guest today is Roni Duty, who you might recognise from Doctor who seems to be enjoying a cup of tea with Barney. Anyway, a Totally show wouldn't be complete, of course, without the great stuff that you send into us. Barney again.
Let's have a look at what's still to come.
You've just seen him. Our guest, Roni Duty, a.k.a. Danny, has landed in the studio. Watch this space.
And Kevin McCurdy puts 8 Totally guests to the test, Doctor Who styling.
And we're down to the final 4 in Companion Academy. All this and more on Totally Doctor Who.
Now, here on Totally Doctor Who, we love the behind-the-scenes stuff. What have we learnt so far? Well, we've learnt how to make a scary alien. We've also learnt how to blow up a block of flats using special effects. But one thing we haven't touched on is the fighting. You know, the good versus the evil? So walk this way with me a bit, because we've got our fight coordinator for Doctor Who. This is Kevin McCurdy. Hello.
Hello.
Good grip, good grip. Tell us about your job. What do you do?
Well, basically anything to do with knives, swords, baseball bats, martial arts. Give me anything, I'll make it into a fight.
And when you put it all together, it looks a bit like this.
I win.
And if you apply those same techniques that you just saw there to some students from a local judo club, you get this glorious fight scene going on. Now, Kevin, talk to us first about working with actors, because that's what we've just seen there. So,
Right.
David Tennant.
Brilliant. Yeah, fair play. We had a right laugh.
Yeah.
He's very, very good. I mean, he'd done actual fencing and stuff before when he was at drama college and stuff, but
Yeah.
when we actually came onto here, he hadn't done any broadsword fencing. So working with broadswords was totally different. So, but he picked it up really, really quickly.
And broadswords are a lot heavier as well, aren't they? They take a lot more using when you're training.
Yeah, a lot bigger, you know, so using the body in a different way, you know, he just had to learn that. But, you know, fair play, he moves really, really well. He's brilliantly focused, so he just got on with it and just went, there we go, come on then. You know, and that was it.
And you worked on the Sycorax bit in the Christmas Invasion as well, which is where the sword fighting came in, just in case you're wondering where that happened. I've always fancied doing a bit of the old fighting in movies, so how's about a bit of whatever you want to do? Don't beat me up too much, though.
Right, OK, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you a little push here, back, so that happens. You're going to come back and grab my shoulders.
OK.
There, OK? I'm going to do this, OK? What you do now, you just bend your elbows,
Yeah.
OK? And bend your knees. I'm going to bend with you, and then you straighten your legs, and I'm going to keep going up like that.
Oh, OK.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm lifting you up, which, of course, is
Absolutely.
totally impossible in real life, but it looks very effective.
Yeah, so we've got that.
OK, can we point out at this point as well, if you are going to try, you know, doing these moves at home, you might not want to unless your mum is a fight coordinator. Don't be throwing your sister and brother about, because I'll get told off. Right, who can we look at? How about Nat? Yeah? Nat's doing his stuff. OK, so...
Yeah. OK. It's nice and easy from the top. There we go. Let's say it's going around here. OK, coming through into a neck lock
Very
there.
nice.
OK, so we've got that. All right. So if we release now, OK, so we just walk it through again. Let's walk this through again, OK? So as we're coming through, all this is to do with safety, and it's just getting to learn to work with each other. So when they're coming through here, so they've got wide-angle base here, Nat is controlling Sean all the way. Yeah,
Okay.
Sean doesn't have to do much at all.
And, of course, this isn't a real fight. This is actually being acted out by Sean and Nat here. So you've got to include the safety aspect as well, haven't you?
Absolutely, all the time, because otherwise accidents happen, it gets very messy, and, you know, if we're doing a shoot, then
turn around so we
shoot
can see
just,
your arm there,
you
so
know,
you-
then shoot just finishes at the end of the day. Now, if you just remove your arm here, that is the safety aspect here, because now he's removed his arm,
Oh, yeah.
this happens, OK? And that's the last thing we want, OK? So as soon as Nat comes back into here, yeah, there we go, there's the safety aspect, OK? So that way then, his head is supported, his neck is supported, and at the same time, Nat is in total control here, and he can see exactly what's going on. As I said before, Nat leads everything.
So it looks realistic as a fight, and it's totally safe as well. That's the idea,
Absolutely,
isn't it?
yeah.
OK, thank you for that, boys. How about the girls? Lauren and Amy, what have you been up to?
OK, this is when now we can just start to, you know, to raise the bar a bit. So we've got this push in here.
See, that looks realistic already, doesn't it? Just the pushing is enough.
Yeah, so it's just here, and then we have this take out there. So it's just, once again, getting used to contact, because people can be very, you know, I'm not going to touch you. Yeah, so we have all that, basically. So it's getting past that barrier, you know, and that's where you can have more fun, because you can just do whatever you want.
And this is something you've learned from experience, which goes back as, I won't mention the age or anything, but you've been doing it a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been professional since '96. I've been training since '88. I'm a teacher in this, as well as an examiner. I go around the UK and I examine students doing this, you know, more or less every week.
You can see why you're the man for the job, definitely. Would you accept a challenge if I was to give you one now?
Yeah, go for it.
And everybody else as well? Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to work out a fight scene or some sort of choreography that you can show us at the end of the show. Okay. And then you'll get a riptus round of applause and we'll all go mad and get cake and tea.
Absolutely.
Sound great?
Yep, for it.
I'll leave you to it then while you're all working out how tough you can be. And now we're going to find out how tough the cadets are in Companion Academy. All left.
Last time on Companion Academy, our cadets had to concentrate hard and stay focused despite the distractions around them. Some coped better than others.
What did the doctor say was happening to you?
Alex lost his concentration.
He's still regenerating.
Incorrect.
He also lost his place in the academy. Today's task will test the cadets to the limit as they have to make a very difficult decision. Living a life in the TARDIS is not always easy. From time to time, you'll have to make some tough choices, and the Doctor won't always be there to babysit you. For this task, you will need to work as a team to make one very difficult decision. The judges want you to decide amongst yourselves who will next be dismissed from the Academy.
I think this is a really difficult task for all of them, because I wouldn't like to have to do this. Look how difficult it is for us.
It's true.
To each other, in front of each other as well. That's really difficult.
Your task begins now.
Basically, everyone, just remember it's nothing personal. We've got to do this.
I think they're trying to find out who they collectively think.
Chris is going to vote Kyra.
Who votes Kyra?
We can close our eyes, hold it, and which one person look.
Yeah. To vote, stick your foot out.
Right.
They're pointing with their feet.
Oh, yeah.
That's a way of sort of indicating who they want to...
It's like they're working it out.
They're voting with their feet.
They're working it out.
That's ingenious.
Who votes Kyra? Okay, who votes Louise? Who votes Chrissy? And who votes me?
Well, this is hard.
It's a tie between me and Kyra. Let's do this a different way. Should we do nutcracker?
Oh, yeah, all right, you can do...
First person, the person that's out of hands has to go.
Oh, they're doing it in a game form. Well,
Wow.
and that's an 8-year-old that's come up with that.
Brilliant,
Little
brilliant.
Kyra. How...
Brilliant.
Nutcracker.
Yeah, this is a really difficult. This is my least favourite of all the tasks.
Again, it's kind of taking the decision out of their hands because it's a random way of deciding.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Look at Chrissy. I'm really sorry. She's finding
Well, they're all
this very,
mortified.
very
They're all
difficult.
devastated.
The time for talking is over. The judges would like to hear your decision. Cadets, who have you chosen to leave the Companion Academy?
It's Kyra.
Thank you.
We're looking for Doctor Who's assistant here. There are going to be times when Doctor Who needs an assistant to help him make really, really tough decisions like this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cadets, in this task, loyalty has been tested and friendships have been pushed to the limit. But more importantly, truth and honesty prevail. Because of this, the judges have decided that the decision of elimination is their job and their job alone. And so, cadets, you will all be staying in the academy.
When I found out that the judges were keeping us all, I felt very, very happy.
Yeah, it was a very difficult task. I think it was the hardest.
I think we did find a fair way to decide because voting at the start we had our eyes closed. We didn't know who was voting for us. and then we just did Nutcracker. So, it was just up to chance.
Now, that was a tough one for the cadets, but I think they made the right decision, didn't they? Nobody has left, which is a good thing. Now, I have recruited Nathaniel and Daniel, the two Daniels, to help me out at the filing cabinet here to see what delights you have sent us. So, boys, what have we found?
Well, I found a canine and Dalek from Charlotte and James Jackson, aged 9 and 6, and they say all of their family are Doctor Who nuts.
Doctor Who nuts, that's good stuff. What about you, Daniel?
And I found some monster pictures from St Oliver's School in Bath. Starman, Starface, Gogglebuster, Snake Man, and Serpentina.
Lovely. Now, you know you two have got very special Doctor Who watches on that you can talk to each other on. So you can play away with those. Now, I love it when we receive food stuff here at the filing cabinet, so feel free if you want to send me a chocolate-covered Dalek or anything like that. But what I have found is also, whetted my appetite. Keely and Ellie have made these lovely pizzas. One's a canine and one's a Dalek. They're from Oxon and they look delicious. I bet they were yummy to eat, weren't they? You got anything else in there, Nathaniel?
Well, I found this picture that was sent by Ashley from Oxon.
Ooh, scary.
His dad, Wayne, took a picture of him and then edited it on the computer so it would look like it was from the episode The Idiot's Lantern.
Ooh, nice, faceless. Ooh. What about you?
And I found this Dalek and boy photo from Andrew Smith, aged 10, and the Dalek is made out of wood.
Cool. Look what else I found. Doctor Who's helmets. It's good stuff, this filing cabinet. Now, Jordan Powell has made this TARDIS, but what I love about it is on the back he's written, it took me all morning to make it and I got in lots of trouble for the mess I made. Oh, bless. But we're glad you did it anyway. Now, if you want to send us something, do at Totally Doctor Who, PO Box 5158, CF5 9BD. And if your stuff gets seen, we'll send you a Totally Doctor Who mug. But that's not all. Oh, no, we're so nice to you on this show. Here's what else is coming up.
Roni Duty is ready and waiting to talk space, black holes and lonely planets.
We have a smashing time with visual effects specialist Danny Hargreaves.
And two more die-hard Doctor Who fans go head-to-head in the Who Room. Stay tuned. Now, do you remember Impossible Planet, Liz Barker?
Yeah.
Remember the set? Remember the space station? Look how similar that is. It's quite eerie, isn't it?
Well, it's going to feel even more real now because look who's joined us. It is Ronnie, a.k.a. Danny. Right. Welcome to Totally Studio. Good to see you. Now, luckily, you were one of the few survivors. Let's just have a look.
The planet's lost orbit! The planet's gone. I'm sorry.
Accelerate. I did my best. But hey, first human beings to fall inside a black hole. How about that? History.
What's it like acting with the Udes? They're just as scary in real life, I imagine.
Well, they're actually quite polite guys underneath, but it is quite disconcerting when you see the masks. Because, you know, there's all the animatronics, the bright eyes, it's very squidgy, and you've got the tendrils, so...
And they don't laugh. I tried last week. I was telling them jokes all over the place. Not a smirk.
Well, they laugh inside.
Yeah.
OK.
Maybe it was your jokes. Anyway, your character, Danny, helps Rose save the day. Now, Sophie Broadbent wants to know what was the best thing about your character?
Well, the thing I liked about Danny is that he starts off quite hapless and a bit of a fool, but yeah, sort of, you know, comes good by the end and helps out the Doctor and Rose and, yeah, saves the day.
It's quite cool to be a hero.
Yeah.
And all that in quite a dark situation. It's a two-parter, and it is very, very dark, isn't it? The ultimate bad guy that anyone can face, really. Did they play that on set? Did they make you feel like you had to be scared? Was there a lot of method acting going on?
Well, I think the episodes speak for themselves. You know, the danger ensues from the start, and you know, we're running around for most of it, and the sets are quite dark and quite, you know, industrial, and yeah, I think that kind of all fed in, and it was quite physical for us. So,
question for you now: would you like to go to space?
I would love to go to space. Having always wanted to be an astronaut or a pilot, and you know, having been to the Science Museum as a kid, you know, yeah, it'd be great. What a dream.
Glad you haven't been put off.
No. Great question here from Eleanor from Stephen, and she says, if you could travel through history, what villain would you hate to meet the most?
Well, he's kind of a fictitious villain. and we were all scared of him, and I was as a kid, and still am, and that's Darth Vader.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll second that one. Are you all right?
Yeah.
A cough sweet or something. That was a Darth Vader impression.
Ah, right, that's what it was.
See, you'd have thought it'd be a lot simpler with Darth Vader to just go, "You will die," and everyone dies. But he doesn't. He still fights with the lightsaber, which makes him even scarier.
Well, exactly, and he can also fight without even coming within 2 feet of you. Yeah, that's the scariest.
Good answer.
The intention.
So you're going to stick around for a bit with us?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Watch this, you're going to like this next bit, because you'll know, being on the set, that it takes over 100 people sometimes to film Doctor Who. And there's one guy on the team who's a very special guy called Danny Hargreaves. Now, Danny gets to blow things up, he gets to tear them down, he gets to smash them up whenever he feels like it, and he gets paid for it as well. So let's take a look now at how Danny does this job. He is a visual effects specialist.
My personal role is senior technician for special effects on Doctor Who. Physical effects are whizzes, bangs, elaborate explosion, things falling over, all sorts of things, you know. So much that goes through your minds, making sure everything's done properly. I mean, as well as trying to achieve the effect exactly how you want it. You know, you're obviously worrying about people's safety and stuff like that.
We're doing a sequence in the lift shaft with a tank of water on the roof of the lift, flowing in and spraying into the cabin.
It's getting pretty wet at the moment. I don't think he likes me too much. Water and electrics don't go together very well, so, you know, you've got to talk to lots of different people, from stuntmen to directors to right up to the artists on the day to make sure that they know exactly what they're doing. So, yeah, it can be dangerous.
Action.
We work very closely with CGI to try and achieve exactly what they want. When it's combined, it will create something really special. It's quite a buzz, really. On a controlled way, though. But yeah, it is good fun because you get to blow up stuff. Going back a few weeks ago, we had a car crashing through a school, detonating windows just at the point of the car impact of the building. It's always great working on a show like this. You know, it's quite high profile. Everyone knows Doctor Who. It's great fun. Happy with that? Look good? So it's good fun, you know, like, you kind of, each week's different, which is great.
OK, then it's competition time. Now, if you are totally Doctor Who and you're going to be watching the next episode, then this is the competition for you. You could be winning these.
We have a Doctor Who T-shirt and a Dalek keyring.
Lovely stuff. Do you have a Doctor Who question as well?
I certainly do. What name does Elton give to the inner sanctum?
That's what name does Elton give to the inner sanctum? If you think you know the answer, well, you won't know yet. You've got to watch the next episode to find out, but then get in touch using these details. It is Totally Doctor Who, PO Box 5158, CF5 9BD, or you can email us totallyDoctorWho@bbc.co.uk. Now, the closing date is the 20th of June. What are you waiting for? Get in touch. This could be yours.
If you're a Doctor Who know-it-all, this is the game for you. We've been working our way through the biggest Doctor Who brains to find out who will reign supreme in the Who-Roo Challenge. To qualify, you had to send us your 3 Doctor Who facts. The ones we like the best to get you here, and that's exactly what Shane has done. Shane, welcome to the Totally Studio. Hi. It's good to see you. How are you feeling?
Nervous and excited.
Oh, that's so good. And I love your badges as well. You're obviously a true Doctor Who fan.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Nervous and excited is a great mixture. You're performing well on the day, don't worry about it. Catherine, how are you feeling?
I'm OK, but I'm not going to be exterminated.
Ah!
Ooh, fighting talk.
Nice.
We love it.
Straight in there. OK, then, well, without further ado, let me tell you how you're going to play the game, OK? You're going to be answering as many Doctor Who-related questions as you can in 90 seconds. For every question that you get right, you get 1 point, and the person with the most points by the end of the game wins. And is crowned the Who-Roo, OK?
Absolutely, but we need a question master of the highest calibre. Someone who isn't afraid to visit the stars. It is, of course, Ronny, a.k.a. Danny. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you
Hello
very
again.
much. Right. Now, you've got the questions.
I certainly do.
The game starts with you, Shane. when Ronnie asks you the first question, OK? You both ready? Lots of luck.
Before we start, let me tell you what you're playing for, OK? Because you brought in a lovely picture as well.
I have, yes.
OK.
That's a
You're going to sign that for the winner?
I certainly will sign it for the winner.
OK, so that's what you're playing for, as well as the title of Hooroo.
OK. If you're ready, let's play.
What type of fruit is good to take to a party, according to the doctor in the episode The Girl in the Fireplace?
Banana.
Correct. On which reality TV show does the doctor appear in the Game Station episode in the last series?
Big Brother.
Correct. What kind of building gives the doctor the creeps in the episode set in New York?
Hospitals.
Correct. What key does the doctor give to Rose in the first episode with the Slitheen in the previous series?
TARDIS key.
Correct. In The Christmas Invasion, what are the words that the doctor first says when he emerges from the TARDIS on the Sycorax ship?
Did you miss me?
Correct. In the parallel world, we meet Jackie and Pete's Rose. But who is she?
A dog.
Correct. What is the name of the lad who travels with the doctor and Rose to Satellite 5?
Adam.
Yeah, we can
We
have
can
that.
accept
We can
that,
have
yep.
Adam Mitchell.
Adam
well
Mitchell,
done.
correct. Well done. In the episode The Girl in the Fireplace, what part of the body is the camera made of on the ship?
An eye.
Correct. On the parallel world, what is Peter Tyler's catchphrase?
You can trust me on this.
Correct. With what do Rose and Mickey first try to open the TARDIS console in the final episode of the last series?
Mickey's car.
Yes.
That's fine.
That is amazing. It's a tie break.
OK, we've got a
Right.
tiebreaker question there.
So you each get a turn to answer, OK?
Right. To the nearest 100, how many channels broadcast out of Satellite 5 in the episode The Long Game from the last series?
500. 800.
The answer is 600, which
600.
means that Catherine, you're the closest, which means you are the Hooroo. Well done. Let me get
Catherine,
everybody
well
back
done.
to the stand here.
Congratulations. She was not exterminated. She was right. How do you
You were
feel?
right.
Great.
Well done, well done. And well done to you, Shane, because that was a battle and a half.
There you go, Shane.
And you definitely deserve these. It's full of goodies for you. OK. Oh, I can't cope. There will, of course, be more Hooroo next time.
Lovely. Now, earlier on, we spoke to Kevin McCurdy, who is the fight coordinator on Doctor Who, and we set him a challenge. We asked him to recreate a fight that you might see on Doctor Who right here in the studio.
He did just that. Now they've been training very hard, so let's see if it's paid off.
Yes, that's what it's all about. Brilliant. Well done, guys. Steady now, steady now, steady now. Thank you, thank you.
Barney's going to take you all on there.
Brilliant,
Well
wasn't
done,
it?
Kevin, Thank you. That was
Thank
great.
you.
What do you think?
Brilliant. Class act. all of them.
Absolute professionals.
Yeah.
And don't forget, these professionals here have been supervised by a very good professional over here, so don't try it at home. You can get excited with me, though, if you want to. You can get
Oh,
excited
yeah.
if
Look
you
what
want
he's
to.
got in his hand. Look what he's got in his hand.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm excited.
Do you want to play it?
Yes.
Where is it?
In the machine!
Roll it!
Come on, eat the food. Come on. Look at the lovely food. Isn't that nice? Isn't it? Yes, it is. Get out of here, quickly. That's a boy. Who's like a funky choppy then? I said run!
You made it worse! He said blue!
I said not blue. Hold on! Hold on. Don't I know you?
Now that looks like a great episode. I can't wait.
Fantastic episode this week because I'm in it. I've finally made it into a Doctor Who episode. I'm so chuffed. I've got a red hat on. Look out for me.
Yeah. Thank you very much to our guests today, of course, Kevin, our Totally Doctor Who fighters, and Ronnie. Thank you all very much for coming in. It's been great.
Thank you very much. That leaves us one final thing to do before we say goodbye. Pile on, Kev! See you later!
Next time, the boss is coming in, so Barney, be on your best behaviour. Yes, Russell T Davies joins us to talk about his Doctor Who.
And I get the chance of actually being in a Doctor Who episode. Yeah, baby, spot me in this week's episode.
And if you think you could write for Doctor Who, then you'll want our top Doctor Who tips. See you then.